Congrats, Paul. His retirement ceremony, we just heard him there, number 34 in the Raptors. Former teammates in the crowd. We had Kevin Garnett, Rajon Rondo in attendance, as well as his former coach, of course, Doc Rivers. But a notable absentee gentleman from the ceremony, that would be Ray Allen. But we know where he was because he posted on Instagram that he was out golfing with his pal George Lopez on Sunday. The real story is, why is this man still on Instagram? Because we all know what went down with that catfishing. But Stephen A. will stay focused here. Should Allen have been at the ceremony supporting Paul?
Yes, he should have, unless Paul Pierce specifically reached out to him and told him he did not want him there.
Okay.
That is the only way that he should not have been there. Barring that, he should have been there. They won a championship together. They were the big three. Some would say LeBron instigated it, where LeBron and his people would tell you Boston instigated it when the three were paired together back in 2008. Some would say it's the big four, obviously, because Rondo proved at that particular moment in time that he was just as integral a part of their championship team as the rest of them were. But Ray Allen is one of the greatest shooters in NBA history. He is class personified in most instances. There's no denying that. And whatever friction existed wasn't with Paul. If this were Kevin Garnett, I wouldn't blame him, because Kevin Garnett was cold as ice to him. Once you left us, you left us. And I really don't think it's that Ray Allen left. I think it's that he went to Miami. They were the enemy at that time. And going to the enemy, I got to tell you, I would be salty about that, particularly if I offered you more money, which Boston did offer him more money than Miami at the time, and you left. As much as I love South Beach, you leave me to go to the heated enemy, the rivalry. No way I would let that go. But Kevin Garnett was cold as ice to him. He didn't have the greatest relationship with Rondo when he was there. But if you recognize Paul Pierce, even though those are his brothers, Kendrick Perkins, KG, Rondo, Paul Pierce was on the record saying, we need to come together. We don't need to be as acerbic and as abrasive about this stuff, et cetera, et cetera. I just didn't like the way he left. Whereas Kevin Garnett, and then were like, damn it, he left, period. If it were Kevin Durant or Rondo, I would not have blamed him, because of the way Garnett acted, and his relationship with Rondo was not good. But as it pertains to Paul Pierce, there is no reason on earth why Ray Allen should not have been there. There's just no excuse for it.
Well, we agree about if Paul Pierce reached out to him specifically and said, don't come.
Sure.
Okay. But that's the reason you wouldn't show up in that case, is because it's the other guy's day. Otherwise, you got to show up.
Right.
There have been times in my life, Stephen, like there are big events in people's lives. There are weddings, a parent's funeral or something like that. And I've had close friends and even family, and I'm working a fight that night. There's nothing I can do.
Right.
Pay-per-view fight, I have to work it.
Right.
I can't.
You ain't Instagramming being on a golf course.
But by the way, they still have.
Yeah, that makes it worse.
By the way, I can tell them that. I understand, and they still have hard feelings about it, and I know they do, and I don't blame them. I would too. You can understand it intellectually and still feel it emotionally, like, damn it, you figure out a way to be there.
The way you are about that with weddings and all that, I'm that way about funerals. You know, with what I've been through, just going to a funeral is it's wretched for me. So I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, you have to do, and especially it's like a test of character. You're not feeling good about that guy. That guy did you wrong, but it's an important day, and physically you can be there. You should be there if you can be there, because it's about the other person. And it's hard for me to believe Paul Pierce does not strike me as the type of guy in the interactions I've had with him that would tell someone, don't show up. Garnett, right, it strikes people that way.
Do you think it makes it worse, though, that he puts it on Instagram and that he's golfing with a celebrity?
Ray Allen here is the smaller man, and he had a chance to be the bigger man.
Well, not just that. Ray Allen might have had a couple of rings in his career. He never won a ring until he got with Paul Pierce and KG. And the point is that part of the reason you became a champion was because of that guy that had his number retired last night.
Who was the star on that team.
Right.
And the kind of scorer he was, from a distance, you might say,
special.
He's not going to want to give up touches like that to really integrate with these two other guys.
Right.
They were so selfless on that team.
Right.
That was a big three. That was only like, that wasn't a big three like the way we've come to know it. They had to make real sacrifices
Be clear, they may very well be going into the Hall of Fame together one day. Ray Allen and Paul Pierce and KG, they're Hall of Famers. Make no mistake about that. And so because of it, knowing that each of you won your first title together, it's not like, D-Wade had a title before LeBron arrived in Miami. Okay, Shaq had titles before D-Wade. He arrived with D-Wade in Miami.
Also a big
deal. You won a
deal.
title together.